We are back. Well, by we, I mean at least me and Jhunt.
Let's
Um,
go.
yeah, but V's currently getting grilled by his parents, so like he'll be here soon. But actually today, instead of having our normal third seat, we will have a special guest. Now, this special guest will appear in the PL. You know what? I'm not gonna wait. It is Duncan. Hello, Duncan.
What's up, guys?
Hey, we got Duncan on the pod, dude. We were talking about like Jay Hunt. You remember we were talking about like bringing on people in the
Uh-huh.
podcast, but like we were gonna do it like interview style and like have like scripts and shit and like just like figure out everyone's like interests and teams and shit and blah blah blah. But this one kind of just appeared out of nowhere, so we're happy about it. So, Duncan, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, as much as you want, or um, about like your team, how many years you've been in the CBA, championships, accolades, whole nine yards.
Yeah, man. First of all, awesome to be with you guys. This is awesome that you guys are doing this consistently at this point. And so being the first guest here, I think that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my name's Duncan. I've been with CBA since 2036 or 34, back in 1.0. So I had just joined pretty much right before the file crashed. So I had no idea what I was doing when I joined, and I really didn't have a great idea on what I was doing when I first got to 2.0. I'm not sure that I really know now, but sometimes I put some good rosters together and we get some success.
Yeah. Damn. So wait, so you came in and how did you guys do it? Like a fantasy draft type thing?
Yeah, so when the file crashed, it was they sent it over to Marcus, the creator of OOTP,
Shout out Marcus, hope you're
and
listening.
yeah, who I tried to recruit on Reddit, and pretty much he politely said, "I have way too much money to spend time with you idiots." But anyways, they sent him the file, and it was about a month trying to get it fixed. So we had no sims or anything for a month, and finally, once it became evident we were not going to get it fixed, it was a moment of truth for the league. Are we going to redo this? And ultimately, we did. I think they took some votes, and we had a inaugural draft. So somewhere I have got a really terrible spreadsheet of all of these people from the inaugural draft to choose from, and we were doing our research, and you literally picked an entire organization. So think your annual draft on steroids.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yeah, me too.
So I could tell why you're always in the group chat saying, "Ooh,
So
3.0,
Oh, 3.0, 3.0, let's go.
Yeah,
so
let's
like
do
the
it."
second round, could you find like a 60-80 guy in the second round? Like was that the talent pool?
Oh yeah, I mean think about it right now. If you look at the entire list of players in the CBA, and let's say you're picking 45th, so 15th in the second round, you're still going to get good players. So what was interesting though is because you had people that from the get-go, yeah, think about it. Look at this. You're going to have
Damn,
plenty of people to choose from.
that's
But as you're building out your roster, and you're starting with your major league roster. Um, some people from the get-go are building a farm. Some people are building to win now. And again, I didn't know anything about the game really, and that was my approach. So the only time I've ever won the PL was in 2050, the first year of 2.0.
wow. So there's some type of rookie luck cut to it because like I kind of did the same thing too. Like my first push, won, but like, damn, that's crazy.
So
to
your
think.
strategy was just to draft the best available, basically.
Or like
Oh
best
yeah,
potential.
and it was. I don't think it was the right strategy. If you kind of look at the way everything played out, people that had the foresight to build a farm and build depth and strategic positions. Clearly, Bob has never left the PL. He's been in the PL since 2050. Mark has got an insanely long run. Tommy, I think, had the second longest run. And
Tony?
shout out San Diego. They can't get rid of him. He keeps winning relegation series. He's
Too
got
soon.
like the third longest run of all time.
Too soon, brother. Too soon.
I forgot that was you.
Yeah. Nah, but that's insane that your tenure. But going back to your team, the P Cup champions and soon to be P Cups champions again from this atrocious record, which makes absolutely no sense.
Really doesn't, Duncan. I kind of, I mean, disappointing.
Like,
yeah, that's a lot.
What is this? What is this graph? You guys just can't win in these days.
Go look at the standings, the expanded standings. And I'm sure it's not an anomaly when you look at the PL. Like, there's a lot of one-run games in the PL, but I just couldn't win them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was that I haven't looked in depth too much. Is that like bullpen a little shaky, or what do you think?
Well, I invested in the bullpen. Fuji was alone. Rodriguez, Griffin, Andujar, Stewart, and Conda. I brought them all in last year, and it was like, we're going to rebuild this bullpen, and it made no difference.
Yeah.
Yucky. I've always liked Kanada or Kanda. But that contract Tommy gave him was, like, honestly pretty good. It worked out. But yeah, that's what when I was making my TOC predictions, I was just like looking through like what could have been the Reapers. And yeah, that was honestly the biggest thing. I was like bullpen. But I mean, like the
Rosen missed a little. Rosen missed a little bit of time to start the season. I don't remember how many games it was, 30 or 40 or something like that. And then Massey had a huge regression in year 2 as a starter.
So I know you had a couple loans. I know Lokesh comes to mind, Massey. Fuji comes to mind. What I know it's a pretty tough PL right now. What's your plan moving forward? I know you do a lot of dynamic things where you'll just tear it down and then buy immediately after. Like I've seen you have some interesting strategy before. So where are you going from here?
Who's this dude?
The PL. First of all, everybody says it. The PL is always a bloodbath. I think it's MASSIE. Yeah. Look at. Yeah, so he's been a 2-year starter. I'll answer your question in a second, but 84 to 8, like, what is this? Like, in 84, I was like, man, this is great. I want to trade against Mark. And he put up almost 3 WAR in his first year as a starter, and then he died. So that was a regression that I did not expect, and it hurts. So losing what I thought was a quality starter, Rosen, and then just the one-run games, I guess is it. As to the plan going forward, you said I have a dynamic approach, and that was a very polite way of saying that I guess I'm a wild card because you never know what I'm going to do. I think I tore my team down once.
It's honestly your team, how your team plays. Because honestly, I think you have one of the best hitting in the like whole CBA. Like it's so deep, and especially with the Lokesh pickup, like.
Well, he was just alone, so he's going back to Denver. You know, I'm sure you'll talk about it in a future podcast. Denver is in a very good spot, I think, for next year.
We'll take a sneak peek. He told me he's like I'm not trading for picks anymore. I suck at drafting. I was like, okay, that's fair. He's like, give me players, and I'm like, okay.
He's got some hitting, but I think the pitching. I mean, he got rid of Fleming.
Oh my god!
I don't.
Dude, Micah Beck's gross.
But yeah, the corner outfield is going to be nasty.
He's got.
And I may be hyping it more, but I think he was right there with Houston for second, third when he loaned me Lokesh right around the draft. And I think he's built out to make a move next year if he decides to. But it's going to be. Again, depending on what he does too. I was looking at his team. You know, he's got a lot of ML ready guys. I don't know if it's enough to, you know, propel himself all the way to the PL in back-to-back years, but I think he could compete in the BL for sure.
Yeah. Our last podcast, like, we went deep into Seattle. If you guys haven't listened to that and want to listen to Drunk V ramble, that would be a great podcast for you to listen to. But just let's touch on your hitting a little bit. A lot of foreign implementation into your rotation, which I love. Big Japanese quadrant, I guess. Like these guys, I love these guys coming out of free agency. Almonte kind of fell off a cliff, which is unfortunate.
Whether it's true or not, I feel like Almonte does really well in the leadoff, but so does Melendez. And I'm one of these when we talk strategy and how you build your team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a firm believer that players do well in certain spots. And I know some GMs are, hey, it's got to be left, right, or how they're going to build their lineup. But I think that certain guys do well in certain spots.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can see with Melendez, why am I going to take that guy out of the leadoff? So
Yeah.
that makes Almonte suffer everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It like that's like definitely a time where you'd like want to trade a guy, just like not fitting. You know, like not saying that they're bad or anything. Like Almonte has been two-time MVP. Like and that's crazy having an MVP 8 years apart. Like that's kind of sick. I mean, BLSL, like say what you will, but like it's still insane. But yeah, like team construction is crazy. Like I even was like Stidler this year has been doing god awful, and I think a little bit of that was him playing in right field to Jimmy Simmons in center last year, and he just got too used to playing right field. He's coming back, and now he's shit as a center fielder, even though he looks like he should be good at least. But I just couldn't find a place in the lineup where he was good, and he usually was good at like batting 1 or 9. But now this year it's just like what? But that's a good point to touch on. I think that 3 hole, people like batting in that 3 hole. There's always going to be a little boost. But I mean, Dave Rosen's also gross. But no, that's awesome. So, well, is there anything else that you would like to touch on with your team, or do you have any?
I'm kind of curious, like the future plans. Like I know I kind of already asked, but I just see like the back of the rotation. Like you got some young guys there, and then obviously Gutierrez is on that long contract. So I guess like just after a season, this is kind of like for me. Like I was in the situation a few seasons ago. I have been where it's like middle of the PL. I think my team is good enough to get there, but you also don't want to. I guess like expend the team too long. Like at some point, it's either you got to do something. You either push harder or sell. So I guess like where are you at with that right now?
Yeah, it's never an easy decision to be like, oh, I'm going to go back to the BL and rebuild and go the tank route, right? But I mean, if you look at the team, this was a team I built thinking we were better than fifth, right?
Yeah.
Really, the last 3 years. So to get the results that I got the last 3 years with the team that I built, you kind of put yourself in a bad situation. If you look at my finances, there's no money. If you look at my draft picks, there's no draft picks. And if you look at my farm, there's no farm. So really, all the assets I have are on that screen you were just looking at. So I think there's got to be a degree of sell-off. To what extent, I don't know. You start looking at what does the PL look like next year, and some years you can look at it and be like, oh, I think I can, not half-ass, but I can build a 6th place team.
Yeah.
But when you start looking at next year, like, man, I either have to go for it or I don't. And
that's where the PL
it's only going to get tougher.
It's crazy. Like, and Detroit's steaming. Mexico City's going to be there. Not next season.
Yeah, you just added Detroit and Philadelphia this year, and then you've got. I know we're crowning them already, but it looks like you're probably going to have, Mexico and Houston going through the SL. But SL is going to be so tough. You got Indianapolis is right there as well. You just you don't know.
You got a third. Like you got a third, a measly third.
No. That should have actually been moved back to Philadelphia. So if Mark or Adam are listening, can we get rid of that pick? I don't want it to look like I've got more assets than I do here.
That's crazy. That's funny. That's funny. Damn. Well, yeah. Wait, Indy. So you really like Indy's team too?
Yeah, I know he's got Ochoa, who I traded him, and I'm a big fan of. I don't know if the whole roster is there. I haven't kind of looked through it lately. I think pitching is an opportunity for him, but I think he's got the offense to compete.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, concussion, wild. Yeah, no, he was one of those like. Was he an international guy, Jhunt?
Yeah, he was one of those guys where whenever we transferred over to 25, like he had whenever in 24 he had low currents, like high potentials. One of those international guys are like, oh, he's not going to fill out. And then boom, we switched to 25 and he's all filled out. It was just so random. Like the new engine just just boosted him.
Was that 80? Did we switch over in 80?
It was just it was when the switch happened. So
Usually don't see.
You know, I had him when he was an international guy. I had him either that or in the YA, and then I traded him because I've never had luck with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I traded him to Philadelphia, or he ended up in Philly. And eventually I traded for him back. And he was a beast. But what we had at that time is, and we were talking about what my favorite team of all time is, a nominee is going to be that right around 80, 81 when I was coming up to the PL. But he was on that team. But everybody's contract was coming up at the same time. So the plan was, let's offload some of them and rebuild. And we just went off the deep end and going for it.
We're in the middle of the podcast.
You started the podcast without me?
Yeah, Duncan doesn't have all day.
My fucking God.
What's up, buddy?
How we doing, Duncan?
We're doing good.
I'm just coming to knowledge that they started the podcast without me.
Yeah.
Which is fair. The call with my parents turned into an hour, 20-minute call with my parents. So.
You told them that Ohio State won a national championship, right?
They're aware. They just don't give much of a shit.
Wait, so we were talking earlier in the podcast, we were talking about how he did the inaugural draft and he just went like totally just like have all the best people, and then he said it totally fell off. 1st to 8th is crazy.
That is crazy.
Like, but he won a TOC.
You were the first TOC?
No, I won the PL that year.
The PL.
I did not win the TOC.
Oh,
I didn't win my first TOC until I think 65.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's crazy.
So I don't know how much more time we have with you, but I am curious. Do you have a prediction on who's going to win the championship this year, win the TOC?
You know, it's the safe bet's always going to be Bob, but I think that every once in a while we do get the right team from the SL and the BL, and I think if you look at the lineups right now, Chicago is strong, DC is strong, Toronto's always in the mix, Salt Lake City is a good team, but Detroit and Mexico are such wild cards that I would not be surprised if we get an upset this year. But if I'm going with the PL team, I'm going to go with Toronto. My upset pick is actually going to be Detroit.
I like Detroit. I have 2 questions for you. One, what do you think of Houston?
I think that the praise that everybody is giving Mexico City, well deserved. You put up 97 wins. I think that's the second best record behind what Tommy did a couple years ago. I think that Houston has one of the best BL teams we've ever seen. He just happened to have it in the same year that we got one of the best BL teams we've ever seen. Cody Warrington is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I don't know how well Ricky Ramos is going to do in the SL and the BL, but he absolutely destroyed in the BL.
Oh, yeah, for the past 2 seasons too, right? I think Ramos won a Silver Slugger last
Look, he already has it set.
yeah. And Paul's a great guy. Like I love Paul. I'm glad that he finally like got over this hump, I guess.
Well, Paul, I hope you listen to this podcast because your team is insane. And I mean, if you just look at the positional rankings, it's it's all blue, all green.
Yeah,
you should feel pretty good about that roster, and I think it's gonna do the same thing in the SL next year.
It's kind of tough that he has to just play DC, but I mean, ever since I was starting to compete, Paul's been like trying to get his team in the BL that gets him out, and he finally has it with multiple cornerstones. It seems like in multiple positions,
dude. Conley
for multiple years. Like he's really got himself to a good point.
I really like Conley, but his avoid K is just.
But
yeah, but
sorry, Duncan. I just got here. I don't know how much time you got left. But the second question I had was, how much do you think the TOC is completely merit based, like with your teams and ratings, versus sort of luck? And that comes from the lens of like someone like Vegas making the TOC championship last year. And something where, like, wow, if you're a BL or SL team lucky enough to make the TOC or lucky enough to know you're going to be in the TOC, how much do you think, like, going all in with loans and stuff matter?
Get that loan.
So, and again, a lot of GMs are going to disagree with this point right here. To me, a division title means absolutely nothing.
I agree.
Now,
I
I think that the run that Mark had, that 12 years or whatever it was, that is completely different. That's unprecedented. That's
Dominance.
impressive.
Yeah.
But winning the PL means nothing to me.
Mhm.
Winning a division, the TOC is literally our World Series.
Yes.
The TOC is really where strategy comes in, and I think that's now again we've seen teams kind of auto their way into a championship or close to it, but I think that's where you see teams that are setting specific lineups. I've got GMs I talk to on the side, and they're just like, "Hey, what do you think about this matchup?" And they're looking at literally how they're going to set up their 7 days, and okay, I'm actually going to bench this reliever for 4 days so that he doesn't screw things up. There's just a level of strategy that you don't
Ooh.
get in a normal 7-day sim.
Whoa. Dude, I
That's
didn't
interesting.
think about that.
It's all the things we don't think about. Like when I was competing, I used to do like catcher matchups and stuff like that, and thought I was very nuanced. But these guys like Bob and Dustin and DC, Mark, like they all just know what they're doing to a
Duncan.
different extent. Yeah, Duncan, to a different level than we even think about.
I hate this guy right here. I would never put a guy like this on my roster, by the way.
Dude, look, you got that long thing. Yo, I would, dude, I mean, Dev A stats, though.
Mm-hmm.
He is a funny looking player. I don't know.
205 average with 115 OPS plus is hilarious.
I would literally be trying to sell this guy as a +1 in a trade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. He wanted Fleming, and he was like, "I'll throw in Moss," and I was like, I don't know.
Oh, he must have gotten a scouting update. The 12-year-old with 80 home run power. Oh, he's gone.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's crazy. He just creeped up there. Wow.
So Duncan,
He-
did Duncan already talk about where he's going with his team after?
Mhm.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, a little
Never mind, Duncan. I'll find it out.
I mean, we don't know yet. We know we have to sell some players. We just don't know if we have to sell enough.
We don't know yet.
We know we're selling. We just don't know how much.
Damn. Any other closing questions for Duncan?
Duncan, do you have any closing comments? Like, is there anything you know? I don't know how many people listen, but there's definitely some people listening. Like, do you have anything you just like want to tell the league? Any like thoughts? You know, just get it off your chest to air out right now.
Yep. League thoughts.
I mean, I don't have anything I'd say to air, but I'll tell you some of the things that we've talked about. We're wanting to get together. And you've seen me post a couple things in the winter meeting votes or winter meeting channel. One, getting back to GM voting on awards, and that's season awards, but that's also Hall of Fame awards. We've got such a long history in our league. Being able to kind of create some of those storylines, and again, what you guys are doing with the podcast consistently now, we create content with what we've got in this game. And so when we reverted to the game, and I'm a big proponent of GM voting on awards, but when we reverted to the game, doing it for us, it just kind of lost all meaning. Nobody talks about it. Nobody really cares a whole lot. Whereas when you've got people that are looking at these players at the end of their careers, or they're looking at them at the end of the season, it creates discussion, it creates content. So bringing that back in. Now, the problem we had the first time was that it was a required thing that everybody vote, and it was like pulling teeth getting everybody to do there, and then we got people really just checking boxes.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But the idea of like creating a committee, you know, whether it's 6 people, 14 people, we don't know, that want to be a part of that. And so you have a good discussion, and they're not just picking a guy because he had the highest score, so he's the MVP. They're literally looking across the board at all advanced metrics and putting thought into it. I think is going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
I agree. I was part of the CBA where, like, at first, when I first joined, like, it was GM voting, but we had a committee is what it was. It's like the RC, everyone had a nominated member that they brought into voting, and it was RC plus a nominated member. And I remember me and Jhunt were pulled into that at, like, the same season that was hype. I guess, like, with the new 14-15 committee idea, the only sort of thing I have is, like, I feel like we should have a big committee of committed people, and I think one of the other things in the league was when we had the GM voting was that some people didn't understand what were thresholds, like what does what does WAR mean for the Hall of Fame with PL versus SL versus BL and stuff like that. But having like a committee of like 15 of those people who know everything, do you think people should be able to like even vote within their same league? Because my vote would be like, we have 15 people, 5-5-5. Doesn't always have to say like that, but just on average, and like 5 people can't vote. Like the 5 people in the BL can't vote for BL awards and stuff like that.
I mean, I think that we have so much variance in both the players and the GMs. Bouncing between leagues, somebody goes on a run, they get bounced back down, and they kind of rinse and repeat. But the same thing, we trade players away so often in this league. Very healthy trade market. It's hard to just say, oh, this guy's the BL All-Star. Now, there are some of those, and if a guy's put up 40 of his 45 career WAR in the BL, I'm not going to look at him the same way as a guy that puts up 40 WAR in the PL because the competition is harder.
Yeah.
But so Almonte right there, for example, and you can go look at the pinned in the Discord, but obviously we play a 126 game season versus MLB being 162, and so we did the math once upon a time about like the average WAR career was 38 or something like that. It's funny when you look at some of these guys, you're like, oh, they're kind of right there on the threshold. But as we start building that Hall of Fame, you get into the whole, are we a big hall or a little hall type thing. And so again, that's where you get into, if we have a committee, then you've got both sides. You got some people that are not going to vote on him because it's the 12th best player at that position, even though he had a great career. And other people are going to say, hey, he had a great career, it's good enough.
And do you think we do it similar to the MLB where, like, I guess we do it right now where everyone gets on a ballot and they need a certain amount on the ballot when we used to do jam voting?
When we did the Hall of Fame voting before, it was the same way. You had to have a certain percentage.
So you go for
and so there were guys, and it was very contentious.
It was cutthroat. I remember it was like 1 year where like multiple RC members were like, I can't believe this person didn't make the Hall of Fame and this person didn't make the Hall of Fame. We gotta change this.
Right. Yeah, and so at the end of the day, you hope that you've got enough people that can look at the big picture. And, not everybody's gonna look at the game. So I guarantee you, I don't look at the game the same way Mark and Bob do. But I think I can look at a player and be like, hey, can I tell the history of the CBA without this player, right?
Yeah.
And part of that is the storyline for me, of whether or not they would make it in or not.
Yeah. Like Corbin Anderson's a great guy because like how many years did he set like soul and base records? Like, you know what I mean? Well, maybe not like total base records, but like 372 has got to be up there.
No, he's one of the best leadoff hitters the game's ever seen.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, and if you look at his overall ML, it's 46.7. And then if you look at PL, let's see, he's got 31.5 WAR with Seattle.
I got you, Corbin.
I mean, to me, you look at all the red ink here, and he's got an MVP. Yeah,
but that's my thing. I think Corbin should be a no-doubter Hall of Famer. It's just like it really is, even in this league as cutthroat as it is in the real MLB.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm making the case for him, this guy led the league in hits twice. He led the league in doubles once. He's led the league in stolen bases 7 times. I mean, that's significant. I don't know where he is in terms of all time, but he's got to be up there.
Well, I mean, of everyone here, he's like 105 over the second.
Yeah, he's 105 over
That's
stolen
crazy.
bases over Almonte with playing like 250 less games.
Who the fuck is Kerry Hicken?
Dude, I had Kerry. Dude, Kerry Hicken used to be a GOAT in this league.
Who?
You don't remember Kerry Hicken?
He didn't do anything.
Dude, no, he was always one of the people who could just steal bags for you. Look at one season in Seattle, 55 OPS plus. He was heavy.
Corbin Anderson is 5th all-time in stolen bases and could easily get into 3rd, depending on how much longer.
Who's first all time?
Drew Hicks.
That makes sense. Dude, Jhunt, remember when I ran the Drew Hicks and Corbin Anderson 1-2?
Yeah, he had
I think that's
Hicks
what
lead off.
Yeah, I had Hicks. I think that's when I won my TOC. It was Hicks lead off. I remember Tommy had him, and Tommy had, like, Tommy knows what his players are worth. I remember paying 2 firsts and a second or some shit for a regular corner outfielder who could steal bases, and it was like the best thing I could have done.
Yeah, this is.
So he's an interesting one. Would y'all consider him a Hall of Famer?
I was just thinking about that.
He has what is Jaws? Do you know?
Let's see if I got
In the
it
Hall of
here.
Fame metrics on the left, it says Jaws, black ink, gray ink. Do you know what any of those mean?
So maybe it's like normal. Well, I guess.
Like, is it
he
black
could-
ink, gray ink, like quite literally the alternate?
I don't think that's what that means. I feel like it's just like how good of a score he puts up, and then like the minimum is 14, and the maximum is 48. So like maybe that's
the average. So I guess by Jaws, he's not a Hall of Fame player, but like I feel like you put him there because of all of that red ink and stolen
and
bases.
he has a TOC. Like the things we'll have to like look into is like what what accolades does this person have like other than the BL champion, you know what I mean? Like I feel like
the individual awards,
the
2 Silver
TOC.
Sluggers, 2 Gold Gloves, all like what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 seasons taking the stolen base bag, and then 2 Gold Gloves and Rookie of the Year.
It's hard to like judge if he'll get in just because you'd have to compare him to like who else would be on the ballot at the time. But to me, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but I mean he's definitely close. But I don't know.
It just seems like I would want to put him in just because like most stolen bases ever.
Cody
Like,
Weiss, Cody Weiss.
he's pretty one. I mean, yeah, he had some hits.
I mean, 2 Silver Sluggers and 2 Gold Gloves too.
Yeah, he's definitely close. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like,
See, this is like. Oof.
What you got, Duncan?
I was gonna say, and I'm trying to, as we talk, I'm trying to find the actual
This guy.
math we did in terms of yeah, here it is. If 60 is considered the MLB threshold for Hall of Fame, 60 WAR on a 162 game season, then that puts ours at 46.7. So then when you look at Drew Hicks, he's at 40.8. So he hasn't hit that, but to that same point, he led the league in stolen bases 11 times. He led the league in runs 5 times. He's the all-time leader in stolen bases. It's hard to tell the story of the CBA without Drew Hicks
Yeah,
to that point.
I'm with you on that one, Duncan. I think stuff like the niche stuff matters, like the stolen base. Like if you just tell me somebody has 11 of their 16 seasons, they had the most stolen bases in their league, and this guy is not one dimensional. He has 2 Gold Gloves, 2 Silver Sluggers, and was also Rookie of the Year. I feel like I would just put him in the Hall of Fame regardless.
And like he's 6'7", 200, and he's like one of the fastest guys. His
nickname was Nifty.
He is the white Usain Bolt.
He is white Usain Bolt.
White Usain Bolt.
I'll go on record, and I'll say this, I'm about to wrap up and let you guys finish. But if I were voting, I would vote for him as long as he went in as either Kentucky or Carolina. If he doesn't go in as Seattle or Phoenix.
I agree.
Dude, I'm here too. He did so good for me.
No. Wow, dude. Hey, there are 3 Eskimo brothers in this chat right now of Drew Hicks. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, and you know Tommy's gonna listen to so he's gonna.
4 Eskimo brothers
But,
with
hey,
you, Tommy.
I did say that he had my vote for the Hall of Fame, so we're all.
I
good
did
there.
too.
Yeah,
definitely close.
just with the correct team. Well, Duncan, it was an absolute pleasure having you on. Hopefully, the first of the many CBA GMs that come on this show.
You started it off great. You really did.
Yeah.
It was a great intro.
I'm setting the bar is what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you got it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I appreciate y'all, and I look forward to listening to the rest of it.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, awesome.
Have a good night.
Bye, Duncan. Have a good one.
All right, Duncan, Carolina, everybody. I want to get him back on,
Wait,
too. I feel
wait.
like there's more.
I want to stop the recording
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're back. Okay, well, this is gonna be a crazy little just mid video
Transition, yeah.
transition. I'm just hyped up that we got Duncan on the pod. He's a beauty. He's such a beauty. I hope.
No,
oh
we
shit!
love you, Duncan.
Fuck, we should have talked about the fucking spring game while he was on here.
Oh, the spring game.
The
That's happening in
fucking
like less
spring
than a month.
Yeah, the spring bank's happening.
The spring game's happening on March something.
That's what I
But
said.
it's already February something. So if you would like to come to the spring game on March something, tell your wives.
And we could help you guys set up an Airbnb if you guys want to stay the night someplace
There's a hotel, a bunch of hotels.
there are hotels too. Obviously it would be a lot to ask you guys to come here financially, I guess, but also we'll make it worth your time. We'll get a few cases for the boys.
It would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It'd be amazing.
If you're in the Ohio area and you'd like to come for the spring game,
Even if you're not,
we're talking to you.
but if you're in the Ohio
Tommy,
area,
Adam,
if you better show up if you're in the Ohio area.
yeah. And Adam's just Ferda. Adam's gonna come because he's just Ferda, unless he's help saving
That's a good trivia
underprivileged
question.
children.
What is the GM that the CBus podcasters have met in person? It's Adam. It's only Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
shout out Adam.
answered your own trivia question.
I did. I got you.
All right. Well, so these are a whole bunch of borders. I did a lot. I did the most
It's
here.
TOC time.
Isn't it pretty
It's
cool?
TOC
Comment below.
time.
Comment below who you have winning the TOC.
Yeah, so I set up a little bracket with all of the matchups. So again, if you guys didn't know, this is the PL1. PL1 always plays the BL2. Oh,
You got this.
Oh
Right
no,
there,
it's
right
all in
there.
white.
It was
It's all
there.
in white.
It
It always is against the BL2. Then the PL2.
Wow. Hey, clap it up for
Always.
Tommy. PL2.
Yes, good job, Tommy. That was beautiful. And I think
Toaster.
pretty convincingly too. Yeah, 2 games
Ah,
over
2 games.
Salt Lake.
Beautiful.
You know that RD is not. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's
Yeah, there's
really
definitely
good. It's really
the
good.
top 4 is strikingly apparent here.
But like what Duncan said, it's the 1-run games, and Tommy has this
Joe
Tommy
Rogan.
has an insane stopper in
Dave Owens. Yeah,
Dave Owens. That 80 stuff is
13.9
legit.
Ks per 9 on this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean not a lot of saves here. That's just
And
kind
he
of
has
crazy.
McLaren.
He just has
Wait,
he's a
is
good.
McLaren leading the PL and strikeouts per 9 again? He did. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Wow, he had a
Wait, no, go to
crazy-
And
his
fit minus.
go,
Holy
go,
shit!
Go to,
Look at his
go to his pitching stats.
dude. He played
Past
insane.
5 years, he's led the PL. Past 5 years, Sean McLaren has led the PL in Ks
See,
per 9.
He never did this with me. He would
See, this is the type of player that's gonna be destined for the Hall of
Hall of
Fame.
Fame.
If this is
Wow.
what he's well, actually, I mean,
God,
hopefully,
I
if
remember,
he keeps it
I
together.
remember my first and second TCR boost with Sean McLaren. Best days of my life.
Yeah.
Not even a cap.
Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled program. The PL2 plays the BL1, which we were talking about. We think this needs to change too. We think the PL2 should get to play the SLs too, just because in the nature of what the CBA is right now, all these cats coming out of the BL are usually gross. So I mean, maybe we could talk about changing that.
Yeah, it's a tough first round matchup for Tommy. That's tough.
PL3 plays the SL2. Philly, congratulations, Michael, on the book and getting into the PL, taking my spot. And then the PL3, 4. Ooh, Bob's the PL's 4. Plays the SL1. But yeah, let's get right into it. DC versus Houston. Do we want to go all of our
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
So I have DC winning. We can make this black now. Okay. I have DC winning. Jhunt
Also has DC winning. It's a tough matchup for Houston. I like Houston's team a lot.
and then V.
I also have DC winning. Paul, I love you. You know that.
Yeah.
Okay, all of these were just gut picks after I got roasted on by my parents. So,
Pays to be white.
we're going to see how gut picks do.
my main impetus for taking
Impetus.
DC.
I didn't know that was a word. Sorry, continue.
I didn't either.
Wow, thanks.
I think you just made that shit up. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's not
look it
wrong.
up right now. For picking DC over Houston, although Houston is a really good team, his bullpen and his lineup construction is insane. You look throughout every single league right now, lefties are dominating. I know I sound like a broken record, but lefties are dominating, and he has that. And we're talking about the TOC. We're talking about 3 games. So we're talking about Luis Castro twice in a 5-game series. Got Victor Malatio, like, developing even more. And then Jimmy Nash is also incredible. Extreme ground ball. And 2 of those guys are lefties.
that's a tough 3 to go against.
Yeah.
And with his bullpen, it's...
And his bullpen's insane. He doesn't have to put any of these guys into the bullpen. Like, this guy's insane. The guy he picked up from... who's the guy he picked up from...
Wasn't it Kepke?
No, he's always had Kepke.
Oh. Well, he just got someone from not Barnett. He might have him in res, which is hilarious. Go to his designated for assignment real quick.
No way,
Yeah,
dude.
Stacy.
Oh, okay, so he's gonna be up. He's gonna be up in the bullpen. His pitching is just too good. I mean, I don't even care about his lineup
Second
anymore.
or third?
Like, Tony Marin is insane. We already touched on him all the time. And then this guy's also an international amateur. I have him at 65 range. Dude, he's a switch hitter.
Let's you want to check out Houston real quick, because I feel like
I'd much rather check out Houston.
We need to give Houston some
Okay, I wouldn't much rather check out Houston. I love DC's team, but, like, you know, Mark. Like, 12 championships in a row. Like,
Not in a row.
we gotta hit. Like, you're like Mahomes.
He had it at one point, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You're like Mahomes.
The pitching is... Oh, he's already got that 3-man set up.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we already talked about this team a little bit with
Yeah,
Duncan.
for the promo.
You know, I'm scared, like, righties. If you look in the PL, like, DC demolished righties. I mean, he demolished lefties too, but
He's got Zach Carr in the pen, which I think
it's a beautiful setup.
He's gonna have. Honestly, Carr can come in and pitch like 3 innings. I don't know if
Like
he has a
every
pitch
game.
count. If he has a pitch count on these guys, that might be smart.
Who's that? Who's the closer? Sorry, go.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah, it's just I guess I don't know how he's gonna set it up, but if he has some of his starters, just if he has a pitch count set up on the last 2 at least, you know, because who's his ace? He has a really good ace. He's playing him the whole game.
Ricky Ramos.
Yeah, Ramos is gonna play the whole game. But the other 2, I don't know if he's gonna set it up like this, but that would be pretty nasty to have them go 4 or 5 innings,
This guy's
and then
nice, too.
hand it over to the
wait,
pen.
I got it. Cyprian Ioviano.
I think you extend it. It's like Cyprian Iviano.
Cyprian Iovinu.
No. Wait, that actually might be right. Either way, in the BL, what is that, 74 foot minus?
Can you change his last name?
Johnson.
Cyprian Johnson. Barnett. He looks like a Barnett.
What are we doing?
And go. Chives.
Cyprian Chives.
Like Calabrian.
Did I just commit a felony? Cyprian Chives. Anyways,
If you guys didn't know, you could change the player's age on that too. All right. What's
Cyprian
the next
Chives. Look at him.
Check out the let's look at the
Did I do anything there? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
Ramos, Milton,
Cody,
first baseman.
War.
Yeah, Warrington.
7.5.
Insane.
What a crazy season.
202 OPS plus. Wow.
That's just
Throughout
bonkers.
a whole season.
A 1,200. I don't even think Aaron Judge had a 1,200. Well, no,
No.
maybe he did. It was close, but
With 60 homers.
I mean, yeah, that year. 35. So, okay, if this is a full 162, if he's at 35 now, that puts him at what, around a 50 home run season?
Yeah.
If we played the MLB, that's I don't know if that's crazy. We've
Yeah.
probably seen 35 home runs and more in a season, but I personally don't remember one like that. 35 is insane.
No. Hitting that amount of home runs with a 375 average.
Yeah, that's crazy.
35 home
Almost,
runs with a
he almost got on base.
375 average. Are you kidding me?
47% of the time he got on base when he was up to bat. Insane.
Like the 220 just makes sense there.
Just look at this. It's just Moondog.
Oh my god.
It's just Moondog. Moondog.
So it should be a fun matchup between those two. I think it. Wait, is the first
Shout out
round
Ramos,
a 3-game series or 5?
It's a 5 game.
Okay, it's
Everything's 5
Okay.
except the TOC.
Okay. I need
Shout
to
out
remind him that.
Ramos.
I think it could totally go 5.
400 club.
I can see this going 5 as well.
Yeah.
This is absurd.
And with DC's like unluckiness against BL2s in his career,
I could see it.
like
Houston seems good.
we're
enough.
not calling it. We're all against you in our projections, but we definitely think you could win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this at a 3-1. I think.
I like that. Let's make odds. Okay, DC is minus 190.
I think that's what the score of the series is gonna be.
Yeah.
3 games to 1.
Can we make betting odds?
He's
though?
always thinking of bets, man. You gonna put him in a
the
teaser?
1st of March. You're going at the 1st of March.
Minus 420. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
Didn't you just say that Houston has like a really good chance?
Yeah, I do. No, it'd be more.
I'd say I think
minus
V's
210.
line was right.
I think it's 210. Minus 210. Really?
Okay.
So that means you're giving Houston like plus 200.
Yeah, I was about to say 240.
It's not that much. It's probably probably 220 or some shit or lower.
Okay.
I think it's lower. It's like 210.
It won't. Yeah. It won't do that.
God damn it.
Unless you can put quotations around it.
Yeah.
Excel with V and Jackson.
If anyone wants to gamble on this, we'll be the bookie.
Yeah.
Give us your money.
Venmo.
No, I think just one quotation.
It doesn't.
Just an
That's
apostrophe.
good. There we go. All right.
Moving on to the Chicago Zephyrs versus the Mexico City Chupi Cabris.
What you got, Mike?
Tough matchup for Tommy, man.
Wow.
Tough matchup
That's
for
tough.
Tommy. I've got the Mexico City Chupi Daddies. Moving on.
This was just on gut feeling again. I got the cummy pants.
The Mexico City coming in my pants.
Tommy's getting fired up right now, but Tommy, I got you.
Tommy!
I got you, Tommy.
He got
It's-
you. got you.
We're done. Come on, we're done disrespecting the Tomster. He has built a
Okay,
great
so-
team. What is it? What is there? One? Can you name one thing that?
Have
an
you
idiot.
seen Cody Weiss though?
Yeah. Have you? Okay.
Hey, wait, no. Zip up your pants right now, mister.
Name one thing that like Chicago is built. He's
It's
everything.
a big fucking Tessier fan
No, this is
right
going
here.
3-2, and I am minus 110ing both of these. Like I lied. Houston, Mexico City minus 135. I have.
Hey, well,
Give
we're gonna
me-
get
give
to
me
that.
Tommy at
Jesus
plus
Christ.
odds, then.
Zip up your pants and then wait for the betting talks. We
He
gotta
probably
talk
has
about
the
his
best
team first.
defense in the PL.
Best defense in the league.
Yeah. Best defense in the entire CBA. One of the best offenses in the CBA. A great bullpen. I mean, there's. I think Tommy could run the whole table. There's no doubt in my mind
he
that.
could.
Yeah,
I
mean,
would put him like third in odds behind DC and maybe Salt Lake, and then Chicago. Even though Chicago beat him in the regular season, I think it'd be those three. Maybe I guess Mexico City would probably be.
Well,
up there too.
we'll deep dive into their team. Yeah, well, let's slightly unzip our pants a little bit for the Chicago Zephyrs because we know we need.
Dude, he's got
Tommy
those
says
people
we need to
that
talk.
just be performing. Like Nate Antigua. Look at his rating. He's not that good. 81 fit
His
minus.
ratings
in the
are good,
PL.
though.
Yes, and he's an extreme ground baller.
Okay, no, but you don't
and
look at
his
55.
pitches
You
are
don't
good.
look at 55 throw and say 81 fit minus.
Dude, he's
in
got
the
a
PL.
great changeup, sinker, and cutter.
Dude, I'm gassing up him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I think his ratings are like
Good enough.
and he's a lefty.
He's lefty.
Mm-hmm.
That's what matters.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's a solid like 3 in the PL.
Yeah, Dave Owens got that thing on him. Be throwing that thing.
Wow, he's good.
He's just like the other thing.
You've been seeing a lot of these. I don't know if you guys have one of these like lefty high stuff guys that just blossomed randomly. I feel like everybody got one.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I feel like with so many of them around, I feel like it drops their value a little bit. But moving on, like Michael Mate, he's always
Mike
overperformed.
Not this year.
3.0 WAR last year. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, I think it'll be McLaren, Antigua, and then I'm assuming you're gonna be stringing along Mate for your 3-man lineup.
Yeah,
And
he needs a righty if he's taking both the
good.
lefties.
Yeah, but it's nice that he has good defense. The Nate Sherman pickup this year, I think, was great. Little interleague trading there. But I really like your team, Tommy. Saying that I think Mexico City is going to beat you is not a reflection of the quality of the team that you have made. But we can upset our heads now, boys.
Guys, come on. Warrington had a better season.
But Cody Weiss, look at him, dude. He had 12 triples. Like,
have you ever
seen
seen like every single thing except caught stealing in at least double digits?
He had
in the stat line?
Yeah.
And the caught stealing is the only one you don't want in double digits.
Yeah. Dude, look at 101. Dude, his on base percentage was 500, dude. 500.
You were better just intentionally walking this man.
Yeah. Well,
what?
He's just intentional walk this guy.
I guess so. And he didn't even play. What? Why?
He was a DH for some time. He must have some really
DH.
good outfield defense.
Well, I think he could get get by with really good outfield.
Check out Chris Weaver. Can I?
He
see
has
Chris
Jimmy John, who also put up an 8.2.
Wait, what are we talking
What
about?
the
57 doubles, 18 triples.
Yeah.
16 home runs with 40 power.
That's just bonkers.
Yeah, this
Hey,
guy's fucked.
we do need to shout out my boy Jack, real quick, because Jack did build some of this.
Not this.
Yeah, no, I mean, basically Jack had like a small foundation, and then Dustin ran with it and did a lot better than what Jack would have done. But Jack would have had some pieces and then just got a bunch of loans.
Yeah, Jack was loan gone,
Yeah.
and he would have gotten a loan that was like worth a second to a loan for 2 fourths.
Yeah.
But
Can you check out? I just want to see him. Could you look at Weaver real quick in his lineups, in his offense? Chris Weaver. Why? Like, I don't understand this.
4.1
I don't understand this.
What? He put up 4.1.
He had 29 home runs with 55 power.
That's because against them lefties.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe slugging them against the lefties. I think. Wait. I kind of want to see. He'd be slugging them against that lefties.
Yeah.
But like, if I was Mexico City, I'd try to trade this guy like ASAP.
No one's gonna want him.
Yeah, you're right.
I want him,
Tom
though.
Parrish is gross. Like, he led the
Tom-
league.
that's a crazy
like,
take, Steve.
like these are great. Like, he led the league in bra and in kabubu and fip and war. No, honestly, it's insane. He's performing amazing, and he looks a lot like the pitcher from UNC that I forget the name of, who's going to be in next year's draft. That's
Thank God.
Burger.
Oh God.
Burger. Oh. Burger. Dude, look at Dusty Dreamburger. Oh my God! Can I get a Dusty Dreamburger? That's gonna be so much money. Whoever takes that, and he's normal size. Look, he's 6 foot 175, dude.
Yeah, Wendy's gonna throw a bag at him.
Yeah, the Wendy's Dusty Dreamburger. Oh my God, that sounds
sounds
good.
dang.
I would buy that.
No, me too.
You fried ass.
We didn't even.
Who said that?
Well, who said that? Dude, like
It makes
Kevin.
no sense. Who
I've
said
asked for Kevin Koobs from Greg so much. I used to really like this cat, and look, I mean, that's why. He didn't even. Yeah, he's Kevin.
Okay, let's go to the next round.
I like Don Hyun Kim as well. Dude, 9 fingers.
Oh my God! Look at him against lefties.
Yeah, it's
Holy
he
shit!
has incredible movement because he's missing a thin finger.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
actually
cool.
I actually
you
got
can get new grips on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, but
Mine is really North Korean.
Oh my god, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Dong Yoon Kim.
That's hilarious. You saw that. All right.
Next up, Salt Lake City Sidewinders versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, congrats, Michael.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Liberty. PL3 versus the SL2. I have SLC winning. V, you have. This is gonna be interesting. Oh, the salt. What's the
Incest.
The incest.
I wonder who wrote that.
And then Jhunt also has SLC. Total sweep. Total sweep.
Hey, we didn't do betting odds.
Yeah, we can do that later.
Okay.
Or now.
Or no.
Odds for the so I would say Chicago is minus
Minus 110.
Yeah.
I the most I go is Mexico City minus like 125, 130.
Hard disagree. I'll take
then, like,
Chicago
plus
at the plus money for sure.
Really? I mean, Chicago's got the bullpen on them. The Chicago's got like
But not the starting on him.
not the starting pitching.
And do we really think he has the hitting?
But he has the
Yes.
he has the depth hitting
He has
to make up.
the defense. He has the defense.
Yeah.
He has all of the defense.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like plus 105.
I like that. Any of you degenerate gamblers, Adam?
Yeah, see what I said? The single quotation?
Tommy, I think I'd have you as a favorite. So I don't listen to these chumps.
All right, SLC.
And by the way, Mike will
Philly.
take any of these bets for any amount of money.
Yeah, I will.
So
Yeah, I'll be the bookie and the book. It's like if Jesus wrote the Bible.
you're comparing yourself to Jesus, and
No.
okay. Are you comparing your Excel to the Bible?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
He's so good.
Dude, this has been an insane year for young people. Like, this has been crazy.
That's what I'm saying. This is why people die by 25. Is because people come into the league earlier. Too.
Regis. Like that guy.
Solid first three for sure. I'm surprised he has Tucker in his lineup so low. I mean, he's got the offense is solid. It just the first round matchup with SLC is just really tough for Philly. I don't know. I don't think the pitching is close to SLC's pitching. SLC, in fairness, has one of the best rotations in the whole CBA, but.
Yeah, and that was the main thing when I was looking into SLC's team. His pitching is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like Philly has honestly a good team set up for the regular season.
Not surprised that he won or that he was promoted. He's got a solid team. Just tough matchup in the first round.
Yeah, and this bullpen's not gonna cut it.
Ooh.
Parody.
I'd pay a second and a third for that.
Yeah.
If he's handing out seconds and thirds. Do you
Uh,
have a mediocre reliever? Send him to me.
All right.
Solid team. Good year for Philly for sure.
Yeah.
But this pitching is just
Wow. Dude, he's not gonna start one of these guys.
He still
in the
could
TOC.
though.
I think
he
you
could
start
rock a
four,
4-man.
yeah.
Well, you're doing Joe Cole.
You're going Joe Cole twice.
You're doing Medina. You have to go Knapp, and Garza gets left out
Yeah, Garza
with 3.8 WAR this year.
Wow, but Garza goes to the pen, right? With 55 stuff, if he has it. I think it depends on lefty righty, to be honest.
Dude, he
can mix and match.
He
He has
has
a lot
all
of
the
options.
lefties. He has all the lefties need. He could throw in Rick Pike if he
He
really
can throw
needs
in Nick
lefties.
Pike if he wants. The only person I wouldn't be confident in starting is Emmanuel Sutton. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which he should
That's
trade
hilarious. Too, because I mean,
He's not bad.
yeah.
him away. Dude, SLC is quickly developing a DC-esque type, and like you can see intention here. Like this
Yeah,
is good
yeah.
intention.
One
You
fly
can
ball
see
guy.
good intention here. You don't see 60 movement.
I don't know. Some people might just listen. So, like, intention, what do you mean by that? As far as, like, if they're not seeing the screen.
So, okay, so we're talking about extreme ground ballers and ground ballers. If you guys have noticed, the pitchers that display higher movement with extreme ground ball tend to have very inflated stats.
Especially if they're lefty.
Yes, especially
They win
if they're
you
lefty.
games.
So, like, the thought process behind that, more movement on the pitches, and like we could even pull up avoiding talent in avoiding hard hit balls. So hold runners up at 70. It's going to force a lot of ground balls, a lot of shitty contact, which is going to make this beautiful for what I'm about to set up is amazing defense.
Yeah,
You
that's why
need
you
that
combine
defense
them.
behind it.
That's why we talk
Exactly.
about defense so
You
much.
Wow.
need that range. Like
SLC is a pure example. He's a really good team. Don't get me wrong, but he also obliges to this sort of
Like he's-
65
setup.
range. What most people center would be thrilled to have as a center fielder. He has him as a left fielder.
Yep, I traded Ezra Linehan away after he won a TOC with me to him, and I told SLC to go win a TOC, which I believe, did he get it?
No, not yet.
No, he has not. Well, this
He
could
won a TOC.
this could
He
be
did.
your
I think he won a TOC.
yeah he did
Yeah, he won a
did.
TOC.
So that's cool.
Few
Ezra
years back.
Linehan two.
And nobody ever talks about him, dude.
Ezra
Yeah.
or SLC?
SLC.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think he's pretty respected. I think he's
Nolan
pretty-
Leone, I really want a type of player like this. If anyone has a player like this, hit me up. Excuse me.
Bobby Williams. This is-
Dave Rankin got that long thing.
Wow, Rankin's longevity has been not bad.
Dude, he
He's
was
only
one of,
29.
he's
What
one of the
fuck?
guys-
Yeah, he was pulled up when he was 17.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's why. That's why.
yeah. But he's
he's
yeah.
still fucking.
I mean, this team is amazing. It's set up
Yeah.
beautifully.
Terrell Thomas. Have we even
love
looked at
this
Terrell Thomas?
Chris Welton, dude. Dude, Terrell Thomas is bad now.
Oh yeah.
154 OPS plus. Yeah, he sucks.
I'll trade you a second for him.
I'll
Otto.
trade you 2 seconds.
Is he
for
going to
him.
be a free agent next year? Do you think is he resigned him yet?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he has.
That's not that
Oh my
bad.
God.
That's not
No,
that
that's
bad.
not bad.
Wait,
For
wait, wait. Go
Terrell.
to his summary real quick. Can he play defense anymore?
No.
So DH, you're giving a DH
No, but
$40 million.
you know how rare that
He can play first.
but you know how rare.
Yeah,
that
you're right. You retain
running
these guys.
profile
You're right.
is.
Wait, how long was it again? 6 years. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not too terrible. I guess that's the longest you can
Yeah.
go. And that's all he's paying. So
Yeah. This contract worked out to be really good for
Yeah.
him. I tried to trade for him, but he has an NTC. Don't touch me, bitch. SLC.
Alright.
like minus 500 or something.
I would almost go to minus 750.
You can't.
Yeah, and this I like that 550, and that makes like Philly like plus like 375 or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Bob versus Joey. Oh, we got an upset alert. Well, I guess this is like the 4-5 matchup.
Yeah.
They both have really really good teams. V has
Yeah. You guys. This is like Jhunt having DC win first and me and Mike didn't. It's just that it's inevitable. Toronto's gonna find a
He
way.
has Toronto. I just feel like some people don't watch and just listen.
Oh, I have
so
Toronto.
if,
Yeah, you're right.
I also have the Joester.
So I'm the
Detroit.
only one with
Joey.
Toronto. I think is crazy.
I mean, it was up for grabs. There's only 3 people here, so it's just 2 others. But it was
That's a good point, Jay. That's a good point.
It was.
Right.
It was. I mean, this was the toughest first round. It might have been the Mexico City, Chicago, but either way, this was a tough one between the two of the studs of the CBA, Joey and Bob.
McLean, again, I'll say it again because I say it every single time. But my steal the draft. This draft.
He
Really
got
wanted
picked
this guy.
Game
No,
pause.
last draft.
Yeah.
It is Gabe Potts.
He had a steal. He also got Campos this past year. So Joey is putting in the work in the low in the.
What's,
and he has the 1-3 next year
Dude,
for some
Craig
reason.
Dahl-
Whoever gave him that?
Craig Dahl is going to be instantly replaced with Diego Campos as soon as the TOC starts,
Yeah.
and that's going to be scary. That's going to be scary,
Yeah,
dude.
so
Putting this guy into your lineup, like where does he slot into your lineup? Like where would you put him?
Maybe like his 3-hitter, maybe 4.
Yeah, Chris
His
Mead.
3-hitter, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess lefties for sure.
Yeah, Joey's got a solid team. Well, obviously.
which is weird. Why he has Meckerlane. Interesting.
I mean, the pen. I think we've touched
It's
on
the
his
pen,
pen
yeah,
before.
It's his
But
pen.
like, wait. We're not done yet, dude. Look at this guy.
Wow, yeah.
Like he's a guy who's just
15.3 zone rating.
he worked out, dude.
Him and
5
Simmons, like
5
1-2
WAR.
best
What is with this
players.
WAR? 5 WAR. What
and
is
with
this?
a 15.3 zone rating in center.
Josh Marshall did well. He got that E.
Huh? Oh yeah, I see what
He
you're
got that E. But yeah, his oh my god.
Travis
Another
Wilson.
late first round pick. Like he's just putting in the work with these late firsts, man.
Yeah, I mean Joey knows how to draft.
He does.
Joey knows how to draft.
And if he doesn't like
Joey's-
someone, he always trades it. He's always,
Yep.
he's got his guys.
But like the main guys. Rich
Yeah,
Arnold.
I mean, this was drafted as like this would be the 1-1 if you knew he was going to be a starting pitcher, but he only had 2 pitches, right?
Yeah, I think
When he was drafted?
maybe.
But he's been a starter pitching this entire year, and he's been insane.
No, I think he just didn't have the stamina.
I was going to say, he probably didn't draft him as a reliever if he drafted him third.
4.4 WAR this year, insane. Rich Bulldog, Arnold, and then Eric
And then
Pennington.
Pennington as well, like is insane.
Kind of got boofed a little bit. Being a lefty ground ball pitcher, he kind of looks like Joel Fisk. Is his first name Joel? I forget.
Dude, that's your play.
Oh, it is Joel. Yeah, he reminds me of this guy, dude.
Just better.
Just like better. I mean, well,
And lefty.
he used to have 55 stuff, but like
Well, just the stats, though. Like,
well, yeah, I mean,
Pennington
obviously.
is just...
But yeah, this guy's
It's like a lot better.
This guy's crazy. And then he's also got Brant Myers, who's good. But yeah, this
He doesn't need his starting pitching to do much because he can just hand it over to the pen. And
Mhm.
I mean, it's really just like the top 2. Like,
and they should be playing every single time.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that hitting's amazing. Like you could see intention here too. Good gap power too. He's got
Good power,
a
yeah.
little bit of both, but everybody can do something. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Doesn't strike out a lot. I'm sure if we look at his rankings, like yeah, he was first in everything. He has 3
Offense
players
wise,
over
wow.
300. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players hitting over 300. Jesus Christ. Yeah, his team's really good.
It's just Mr. Inevitable.
Sir Bob.
Sir Bob.
This guy would be. Bob would be knighted by the Prime Minister.
Garrett
of Canada.
Flannery is without a doubt, first ballot Hall of Famer, putting up 46.8 WAR. He's only 31. I can't believe I'm already talking about this. It's like LeBron James. Like LeBron James. 5.6 WAR this year. This was a brilliant signing by Bob.
It's worth it.
Yeah, I mean
yeah.
this guy, he's a once in a lifetime player.
And you pay whatever for 5.5
yeah.
WAR.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, there's some
crazy.
guys that are not even as good as this that get $50 million a year. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cardinal.
Yeah, I was just about to say. He's got the top studs, dude.
Bobby
Like, there's no
Thompson's
doubt. He has
insane.
3 of the best players in the CBA.
Damn, Bobby Thompson.
Yeah,
already
dude. How Toronto got Bobby Thompson?
25 and
for
he's
all
already
of this time.
25 WAR. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. He's that pick, crazy pick.
The top 3 are insane.
Steve Rice quietly putting
5.9
up
WAR
a
in the PL.
yeah.
The PL?
Not even quietly.
PL.
The PL.
Sorry.
30 home runs, insane. You know, he'd be killing that ball against the righties, and I think that's the biggest thing there.
Really good first round matchup here between these two. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
but
fun.
I think what really holds him back, and it's crazy because nothing much can hold this back. Harry Keys has blossomed into a beautiful player. He got that. I think somebody posted a few days ago, like like where it decides whether it's like a regression or to be better. Like it's right around this area of age. You know what I mean? Like it's like when you're getting a little bit older, you're not youth yet. That's when it decides whether you're going to be good or bad. Harry Keys is going to be good.
Yeah.
But what I think holds him back, which I mean now,
Oh
he's
wow!
really
You guys,
fortified
no,
everything.
he has the two best relievers in the entire game on the same team.
I keep forgetting about these guys.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that he loaned.
Dude,
We talked about Joey's pen. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Bob was probably like, "What are these assholes talking about
Yeah.
right now?"
this is what I'm saying. If Patrick Mahomes was on a CBA team, he'd be on the Toronto Mythics.
oh, you can't do this shit, Mike. No.
Wow.
I still got Joey. Just you gotta.
I forgot about
You
fucking
can't go
Vince
straight chalk,
Brahmer
though.
and Jim Whitney.
You
That's
guys
what
went
I'm saying.
Straight chalk. I hate it.
I'm sorry.
you just know that like with no robo umps right now, we got real umps. That calls are just gonna go Bob's way in the TOC.
Mhm.
You know that's gonna happen.
Yeah, like a pass interference.
Yeah.
Or wait.
Getting stuffed on 4th and 1.
Yeah. Wait.
Bills fan.
Yeah, I think Toronto's team might be good enough to win.
Oh yeah.
All right, well let's go to the next round.
Should have him relieving.
We talked about most teams, so I guess now we could just.
Imagine if this is Matt Kirk.
That would be super disappointing.
That'd be hilarious.
It's not Matt Kirk, but
Yeah.
that would be
Matt
funny.
Kirk already has like 70 more stuff.
All right,
Should we just go through it now?
Toronto Mythics.
I'm at like minus 160.
I was gonna say minus like 140.
Yeah, I like that more.
Mm-hmm. Plus like 120, 135, 130.
No, I was like plus like 120.
Yeah.
Um,
Gonna be a really good matchup for those two.
Yeah.
But give me the plus odds. Also, you can't just go straight chalk, guys. Like,
yeah.
parlay all the favorites.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing. Okay, DC. Yeah, I have DC. For Mexico City.
I don't. I have Cody Weese.
Cody Weese.
Give me Mark.
Mark versus Chicago. Do we have to? Well,
We can
why
get through it,
why
we
do
can get
you
through it.
why do you think How about let's just talk about this.
Yeah.
Why do you think the Mexico City Choopy Choopies?
I think they have the talent to do it, and it's just something like patterns follow in this league. Bob wins TOCs. Mark somehow doesn't win TOCs. If there's a BL team to beat Mark, it's called the Mexico City Chupacabras, and it would be no shame if they got defeated by this team. Mark, I think you have a better team than him. I do, but you get unlucky. So
Yeah, but
and that's what I'm saying. And it goes to Jhunt's like, you just can't all go chalk. Mark is the chalk pick. Mark is minus odds. I understand all of that. But I think the other thing we need to keep in mind is, like, Duncan was just on this podcast saying that people in the TOC know the strategy.
yeah.
Mark obviously knows the strategy, but Dustin also knows the strategy. This isn't some newcomer. This is Dustin. He ran this league before Mark did.
Yeah, but like, you got to shake off the rust a little bit.
I just think that I think Mark is minus odds. I think he has the better chance to win. It's just more of a pick just to not go chalk.
If I was Tony Marin, like I like haven't even like learned English yet, like because I just like made my debut into the MLB, and I look at Brian Farley's weak chump ass on the mound, like I am hitting that ball wherever I want. Like I don't know. I just don't see like Mark's lineup is filled with righties. I think he has like 2 or 3 lefties in his lineup. And there's nothing that I can see that is going to stop that. You know what I mean? Like,
but he has his front four that can literally do anything to an offense, to any pitching staff, to any defense. His offense can do all.
It's like Chris Weaver is not going to put up 4.1 WAR in the playoffs or like that type caliber of play.
Dude, this is still one of the best BL teams we've ever seen in the league, Mike.
Yeah, but I'm going to find a way to hoe on them because they're playing in DC.
No, that's fair. I get it. I still think DC is minus odds, but if there's any team equipped to beat DC and if the CBA follows any pattern, it just screams like the Steelers playing the Browns when it's snowing. The Steelers are going to lose that game.
So you play Parrish, Hauser, and then who else?
Johansson
or Coobs?
Johansson. And you move Coobs to like, I don't know, relief pitching, I guess.
I don't know. He's got a good team, but I think DC is just going to come back. I mean, wait,
you guys wouldn't have DC winning this thing then.
Or it's not Danny Mendoza, it's Danny Espinoza. I think additions like Espinoza at short and okay, you guys didn't even say anything about this dude though. Like, international amateur, look at this defense. Like, look at this defense on my head scout. And, like, these ratings as a shortstop, this is insane.
Yeah,
like, this is a 1-1.
We say 60 range, but 95 OPS plus a 3 WAR is crazy.
Yeah, with a 12 zone rating. Like that's insane. And he was an addition to the team this year. And then same thing with Tony Marin. Like, he was also an addition to the team this year. That was phenomenal, and not to mention Victor Malatio. He's just got a team that's built to run, and I think it's gonna run this year.
He does.
Yeah,
and I think he has the best team. I agree. I just think that this is just.
Let me be a buzzkill for all you fucks. Look at this, not so invincible. Not so invincible.
He's talking about
he was
his
average.
left-handed pitching.
Yep. He's DC's gonna rub his fat pitching lineup cock all over.
Well, the thing is, I have
City.
DC and Chicago, and that was going back and forth for me.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think Chicago could beat him.
Yeah. Wait, let's. Can you explain a little bit about the matchup? I don't know how much you looked at it, but what do you?
Well,
like?
it just really all boiled down to DC's pitching and starting pitching. It's overpowering, and I think Chicago will put up a great fight. Could go probably full way to 5. It's like crazy. Like, he's got Hager, who I had hitting 2nd in the PL. He's got him hitting 9th. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that Tommy could run the table here. I would not be surprised at all. It's just a tough second round matchup with Mark. I would have Chicago over every single team, beating every single team except Mark and maybe SLC. But as we'll see, I have DC going pretty far. So
it'd be nice to home and away too is good to mention. Like, oh my God, look at my home to away record.
That's
Holy
crazy.
Shit.
You got a worse away record than I did.
Yeah, that's insane. But no, like looking at Chicago's, like his home advantage is really good. That could definitely factor in. I mean, DC's is as well. I think it'll be a really good matchup if those two meet each other. Wait, those two wouldn't meet each other. I have the bracket mixed up. This would be here, and this would be here, wouldn't it?
No way.
So you would be Salt Lake City. This would be Salt Lake City. My bad. Okay, would DC beat Salt Lake City?
Oh wow, that's the second round matchup.
Jesus Christ!
Wait.
You can't just ask me that on a whim.
Would DC beat Salt Lake? I'm leaving this in here. Fuck this. This is like
Could
everyone's
you
gonna be
just
like
do what we
screaming.
prepared?
What do you mean?
Like, if this was the bracket.
If this was the roll with it.
Dude, I have no idea. I would like
now it's on even playing field again, dude.
DC would be minus 135, right?
I don't know. That's a little high.
High.
So what would you have DC and Mexico City?
a DC at minus like 145.
So
see, I think that's good.
So, but I guess so. You think that Salt Lake is a tier above Chicago then? If you have Mexico City over Chicago,
Sure.
Chicago beat him in the regular season.
Yeah, he did. But let's just go to like the top 3 pitching on both. Top 4 pitching on both.
Wait. DC versus Chicago. Wow.
6 and 8. This is good to see.
Wow.
Stop sleeping on the Zephyrs.
Stop sleeping on Toronto. Y'all had Bob losing in the first round.
And then Salt
Okay, he's
Lake.
playing a good team.
Salt Lake's doing better against DC too. Interesting. DC a fraud? Wait, am I looking at this right? I'm not looking at this right. Oh yeah, he's
DC
6
and
to 8.
8.
Oh, okay, yeah. He can only win against the shitty teams. And guess Bob's shitty team. Carolina's a shitty team.
Yeah.
Wow. He's struggling with the top of the leaderboard there. But, I mean, I think that speaks to the volatility of the other teams and the assuredness.
What are we doing now? Are we changing the bracket?
I don't want to go through and change it,
Yeah.
but this is SLC.
Who's our winners? Who we got?
Yeah. Well, we gotta go to the next round.
Salt Lake, I have... well, I guess this would be Salt Lake against Mexico City. Or this would be Toronto versus Mexico City
Bob.
for me.
Bob pushed like
Yeah,
minus 155.
This is Bob. Oh, God. Bob. I'm thinking. There you are, Bob. Again.
I do.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, Jhunt, DC versus SLC in the quarterfinals. In the semifinals.
DC.
Okay, so it'd be DC versus Toronto and Detroit. Who would you have beating?
I have Detroit
between
over
those two?
Toronto.
Detroit over Toronto, so it'd be a Detroit DC final for you.
No, I'd have Chicago over Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Chicago DC final for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Chicago DC in the final for Jhunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that could go 7. And I would not be surprised at all if Tommy won. I still think the Zephyrs disrespect is... Also, he has Gabriel Tessier, so...
That's what it is. I was wondering what it was.
No, that's really
We
not
found it out. He has Tessier.
No, he's got a great team. Well, he also he has Hager, McLaren.
That's Bob. I have Bob again. He's inevitable. He's inevitable, and now he has the best bullpen in the league with maybe the second best offense in the league, and good enough pitching to hold him over.
I had a nightmare the other night where I was literally just like running in blackness, and then I just saw this fucking unicorn, this goddamn mythic unicorn, just like Rah! It was like Bob.
Horrific nightmare.
But I think that Bob has one of the best teams he's ever had, and with his strategy and how he runs his team in the TOC, I think he's winning it all.
Yeah, I think.
And
that might be,
I think he goes for number 9 here.
That might be the take because he has the defensive inclined trio of like Jimmy Simmons,
And
Cody Weiss.
let's look at his starting pitching. He has to pitch 4. And okay, best bullpen in the league. You only need to pitch these guys 5 innings.
Mm-hmm.
This is what could kill him. Is not average pitcher in the PL.
Dude, he's fucked me in the TOC.
He does have Wade.
Taliaferro has fucked me in the TOC.
He does have Wade, and
Wade.
Wade is that lefty. He was a ground ball guy for me, but
He's pretty solid.
good.
I mean.
And then Pasha's been playing great. Not playing great. But I guess this guy in the TOC, you can hold him over. His starting pitching is definitely scary. Oh, he has Whitley and
Yamamoto.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about his pitching at all. Yeah, he's gonna be completely fine. I think Bob is. I think if you had to make favorites to win the entire thing, like before anything even happened, Bob is number 1 over DC, and
that's
then
crazy.
Wow.
DC is number 2. It's
No
very
way.
close.
No way.
DC is number 2.
DC. I mean, of course, he beat up against bottom teams, but like 159 run differential.
It's just how the Chiefs, no matter like what standings they have or their efficiency stats with Mahomes this season or whatever, they're still always the favorite to win. And
I would go
Bob.
Eagles 1 for me, then Chicago, then probably Toronto.
I think Toronto's my 1, DC's my 2. I would honestly maybe put Chicago and Mexico City are toss up for me at 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I have them.
We also didn't even say SLC too. So.
Yeah, SLC is such a tough. I'm glad he won his because this is just a tough.
Did we go through?
Tough
Sorry,
time to
did we go through
compete.
all the winners?
Yeah.
Oh, who we have winning it all?
Yeah.
Okay, apologies. I lagged.
DC, Bob, DC.
Man, chalk again, man. We got the 2 classics. But again, I think Chicago and SLC totally
Could
and
win,
Mexico
yeah.
City. And fucking Houston slightly. I mean,
Mhm.
and Detroit. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, everyone can do their damage here.
And Philly.
Boston Red Sox. Take Boston Red Sox reference.
Yeah.
Damage done.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was the slogan.
Oh.
Wow. You're supposed to be able to paste and it switches, but I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, no problem.
It's fine.
All right.
I bet. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Shout out to Carolina. Shout out Duncan again for coming on. That was super fun.
Thank you.
And if you're out there, if you're still listening and you'd like to be on the podcast, we'd love to have you. Whoever you are, if you have shit to say, if you want to talk about your team, we welcome you.
My wish list is.
We got to get Mark on this.
We got to
on this
get
thing.
Mark. We got to get.
Austin,
I want SLC on
Adam,
this, dude.
Otto.
Yeah, Otto would be. A
What about
pleasure.
Bob, dude?
Yeah. we were talking
I
about
would.
Bob.
I would love
Tommy?
Bob. I feel like Bob would roast us and it would be hilarious.
I would love Chonk on this.
I would. Yeah, dude. Dude.
Tyler, I would love Tyler on this.
Tyler was gonna be in my top 3.
Yeah.
I would love to have Ramsavale
Adam,
spitting
Yeah.
out MF Doom
Adam
quotes.
for sure.
He
We're basically
seems
naming every single person.
mysterious.
In the CBA at this point.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, if you're listening, literally anybody, we'd love to have you. And we all have different strategies, different perspectives.
JG. It'd be cool to get a JG Duncan.
Monty.
A JG Duncan collab.
Uh,
An Austin and other
and
Austin.
other Austin collab.
Yeah.
And they know Austin knows the Minnesota guy too. So they
B-Hawk Tua.
B-Hawk Tua.
Is that B-Hawk Tua?
He's
That's
got a
B-Hawk
fun
Tua.
team next year too.
No,
So
is it? Wait, or is that Boston? Oh, that's Daddy Short.
No, that's
No,
Minnesota.
Boston.
Wait, no, that's New Orleans.
No, Boston is a short name.
Josh.
Josh.
B-Hawk 2 is Minnesota though. Let's
Yeah.
get that straight.
Yeah, but we can get all y'all Riggies on here.
If you'd like to be on, let us know.
Yeah.
And if you have something you want to talk about, want to discuss it with us, let us know, and we'll think of
Politics
some questions.
or
Fuck that. Let's get Adam on for some politics. Adam, you want to talk politics? I'd love
Just
it.
you and Mike all night.
Oh,
we
God.
could talk about the IQ makeup around the world.
Well, thanks again for listening.